Though Xiaomi pretty much started the bezel-less trend with their original Mi Mix, they were lacking in mid-budget segment. But with the launch of their brand new Redmi 5 and 5 Plus last month, they are finally in the mid-range bezel-less market as well. Hey, what is going on everyone, TechrAtz here, and in this video, I'll be talking about the bigger brother of these two, the Redmi 5 Plus, and also be sharing my experience after using the device for past 7 days. So without further delay, let's get right into it. Our today's video is brought to you by KRY International. They offer almost all the international brand smartphones. Their Facebook page link will be given in the description in case you are from Bangladesh and want to pick one up. The box looks identical to the latest Redmi 5A and 5A Prime. Opening it up, you will get a silicone case, the device of course, some regular documentation, a 5V 2A charging brick, and a micro USB cable. No Type-C here unfortunately. The main highlight of this device is its 18:9 form factor display, which I'll be talking more in a minute, but first let's take a look at the design. If you have used a Xiaomi device before, you will feel right at home. If you forget about the display for a while, overall design, especially the back, looks identical to the most of the mid-range Xiaomi devices, which isn't a bad thing by any means, but I was expecting something more refreshing. But one thing I really liked about this device is its ergonomics. It's very comfortable to hold due to its slightly curved back. All the buttons are on point. Right side of the device have the power button just below the volume rocker. On the left, you have the hybrid slot where you can use either 2 nano SIM or a single SIM and a micro SD card. Top of the device contains an IR blaster with a secondary microphone and a 3.5mm headphone jack with no dedicated amp like the Mi A1. And on the bottom, primary microphone, micro USB port for charging, and a speaker which sounds just fine for the price. Back of the device have its 12MP f2.2 camera along with the dual-tone dual LED flash and a fingerprint sensor. Front side of the device contains a 5MP camera, sensor, earpiece, and a front flash followed by the 6-inch 18:9 gorgeous display. Talking about the display, it's a 6-inch 1080x2160 resolution IPS panel with a pixel density of 403 pixels per inch. So no problem with sharpness, and to be honest with you, it's quite a good panel for the price. Color and contrast is very good, especially with the MIUI's colorful icons, and if you are not satisfied with the default warmth or color saturation, you can change that anytime inside the setting. The panel is bright enough to see outdoor as well, but under direct sunlight you may struggle a bit, which by the way is the case for almost every mid-range devices, so it shouldn't be a complaint. Overall, it's a good display for the media consumption and I'm pretty much satisfied with the quality here. Let's move on to the camera. The app have typical shooting modes like manual, panorama, slow motion and many more. The rear camera is a 12MP f2.2 sensor along with face detection autofocus. Photos taken with good lighting conditions were pretty good, exhibiting good color reproduction and details. Dynamic range isn't great I would say, but things get a bit shaky in low light as the aperture isn't that wide open. As you can see, pictures are a bit blurry and contains less details. But again, considering the price, most of the users will be more than okay with it. And this is another budget Xiaomi device which can record videos up to 4K 30fps alongside the Mi A1. The front-facing 5MP camera is just okay. It doesn't make your face artificially soft or beautiful like the other Chinese manufacturers does, you know what I mean. But in the dark, you will find some grain in the photo. To avoid grain, Xiaomi included a front-facing flash though, and by the way, this can also record videos up to 1080p. This device is powered by Snapdragon 625 combined with Adreno 506 GPU. Xiaomi have used this chip in their so many mid-range devices. I can understand the reason why. It's a solid performer in this range. I have talked about the chip in my previous videos many times and this device is no exception. Geekbench 4 score is on point and going through UI is very snappy, even though MIUI is known to be quite a heavy skin. In fact, I have found it snappier than Mi A1 during my comparison. That video is coming very soon, so make sure to subscribe for that. Anyways, let's play some heavy games on this device and see how it handles. As you can see, it handles pretty much everything you throw on it. Redmi 5 Plus comes with MIUI 9.2 on top of Android 7.1.2 Nougat out of the box. You can expect Oreo for this device, but we don't know yet when. If you follow my channel for a while, you may already know I don't really like skins, especially in budget devices, cause it feels choppy, but with the MIUI 9 on this device, I was a bit surprised. Animations are very nice and smooth. I can't remember any crash or lags happened during my past 7 days of use. Xiaomi truly deserves some credit for optimizing the software for this device. With a whopping 4000 mAh battery and a relatively power-efficient chip, we can expect some serious battery performance out of this device, and the Redmi 5 Plus just delivers that. I have been able to get through a single day no matter what I do, and with a moderate use, I was able to get past 1.5 days mark. Average screen on time was 7 to 7.5 hours, and by the way, this device also supports Qualcomm Quick Charge 2.0. With the provided 5V 2A charger, it takes roughly 2 hours to be fully charged. It's definitely a nice addition. Xiaomi has this reputation to offer excellent value for money devices. The Redmi 5 Plus is one such device, offering a relatively powerful chip, excellent 18:9 display, and an amazing battery endurance for just $150. And by the way, this device comes in two variants. One have 3GB of RAM and 32GB of ROM, and the other one have 4GB of RAM and 64GB of ROM. The only problem currently is that the global ROM isn't out yet, as the device has just hit the market, so you can't use Google services out of the box. But installing Play Store isn't that hard, so if you are looking for a good mid-range device with 18:9 display and you can deal with Google service issue, this device is a great option to look at. Well, that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And I would also love to know your thoughts about this device in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out.